what a false set of crocodile tears we're hearing from the Labor members, from the so-called independent, who's now the attack dog for the Liberals, for the Liberals themselves.
Dr Woodruff, have a point of order.
I am offended by this slur of so-called independent. I am an independent, and I ask the member to withdraw.
Truth is my defence.
Well, Madam Deputy Speaker, I am happy to withdraw and call Ms Ogilvie an independent, and I still stand on the fact she is an attack dog for the Liberals. And the Liberals and the Labor Party and the Independent are all doing the same thing. They are creating a faux risk here, and this is not what this issue is about. The real risk that people are protesting peacefully in the forest is because they understand that climate is heating. We are in a climate emergency. Unless we take direct action, it will be catastrophic for human survival. That means everyone in Tasmania living now, and the children and the young Tasmanians who are there in the forests, and they will stay there. And we will support them. And the Bob Brown Foundation will support them. And you'd better get used to it. Because this is the future in Tasmania. It's going to be one war after another, because we understand what we have to do. This is a peaceful war, and it is a war to reclaim peaceful protest.
You're getting really
No, this is your language. You are creating this terrible situation. You are creating a terrible situation.
Point of order, Dr Woodruff.
Point of order. The member has just grossly misled the House by saying these are my words. I have never uttered those words
and you said them.
In this debate or any other debate, and for that reason alone, the member should withdraw.
Yes.
Not only is it personally offensive, she's misleading the House.
No, Madam Deputy Speaker, the Minister has completely misunderstood me. I said, these are your words, and I put my hand to the government side of the House. I am not talking about the Minister. I am talking.
I have a point of order again.
I ask you, Madam Deputy Speaker, to uphold the point of order, because the member is now saying they're the government's words. None of us have ever used those words, and she should withdraw them and describe them and take them as her words. They are not our words.
Peaceful war.
Madam Deputy Speaker, the Liberals are on the record for talking about a forestry war. It is a disgrace and a shame.
Oh, dear. Just ramp up the rhetoric there. Jeez.
And you said expect more.
But it's this faux concern for people who have made a choice to defend the forest.
Themselves in danger.
So the advice that I've received is that this... Excuse me. The advice I've received that this is a debating point. If you would like to correct the record in the adjournment, you're welcome to do that, Attorney.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. It is clear that this is something that the Liberals made a decision about in 2014. They came into this place and they have ripped up the forestry agreement. It was long and hard and very, very difficult conflict that was finished with the forestry agreement. This Liberal government has ripped it up. They are on record for wanting to open up the reserves, 356,000 hectares, forests which cannot be logged. They cannot because they are carbon-rich, biodiverse, dense forests. They will not be logged, Madam Deputy Speaker, because people like the protesters, the peaceful protesters in the Tarkine, and many thousands of others in Tasmania will roll there to defend them. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, we all take risks every day. We drive cars, we surfboard, we ride motorbikes, we do things every day where we take a risk. This is about people knowingly putting themselves into a situation where they will stand up and protest. The workplace regulator is allowing himself to be manipulated and used, and today this is the second time that the workplace regulator has now gone back and told the Bob Brown Foundation to cease protest activities. After having it getting knocked out last year, why doesn't the workplace regulator look with the same attention to the sorts of things that he's raised that the Bob Brown Foundation must focus on, which is the potential for conducting activities in environments that are isolated and remote with limited communication in the event of an emergency? I ask you, Madam Deputy Speaker, how many volunteers in the Tasmanian Fire Service put their lives on the line for our communities this Christmas and last Christmas by going into situations that were knowingly dangerous, with burning trees, smoke they couldn't see through, without being able to communicate with people? They did that. Is this workplace regulator seriously expecting no Tasmanians will make considered risks and take considered risks and put their lives in situations to defend the things they care about? Their families, their communities, their bush, their natural world. It's the same thing. These are the same volunteers, the same people who volunteer, fighting fires at Christmas time. They are there in the forest today. They will be there defending the 356,000 hectares. This is what it's about. People understanding the bigger picture and preparing to take action. And they have been well trained. They are not untrained volunteers. They are peaceful, trained volunteers. This is a political stitch-up. It's about silencing protest against businesses that this government supports, and we will continue to defend the right for people.
Your member's time has expired.
To defend the forests that protect us all.